Attention passionate Baltimore Ravens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Baltimore Ravens' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Baltimore Ravens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Baltimore RAVENS fans. Let's get to the news now, guys. If you've been paying attention to the NFL landscape lately, you've probably heard some whispers, some rumors floating around that could shake up the balance of power in the AFC North. And no, I'm not talking about just another injury or a coaching change. This is something that could redefine the Baltimore Ravens' offensive potential and their championship outlook for the coming years. We're talking about a potential blockbuster trade involving CeeDee Lamb, and it's gaining momentum as the NFL trade deadline approaches. Sources close to the league, including reputable insiders like Adam Schefter, have indicated that the Dallas Cowboys are seriously considering moving Lamb, a top-tier wide receiver, for a first-round pick in the 2026 draft. Yes, you heard that right. Lamb, who's just 26 years old, a top 5 NFL wide receiver according to the latest Top 100 list, and someone who's proven time and again he can be a game changer, might be on the move. And the reason for that? Well, Dallas is currently facing a bit of a crossroads. After starting the 2025 season with a record of 3-4, their defense has struggled, giving up an average of 25 points per game, and their cap situation is tight. The Cowboys, with a reported $31 million in free cap space, are eyeing a potential rebuild, especially on their defensive line, where they need youth and fresh talent to bolster their front seven. Moving Lamb would free up around $18 million in cap space, which could be redirected to strengthen other areas, particularly on defense. But here's the catch. Lamb's contract, which is projected to be around $25 million in 2026, could be a significant cap drain for Dallas, especially after signing Dak Prescott to a lucrative extension worth about $60 million per year. The Cowboys are probably thinking long-term, weighing whether they want to continue investing heavily in their passing game, which has seen some inconsistency, or rebuild around their core defense and young talent. Now, why would Baltimore be interested in a move like this? Well, if you look at the Ravens' offensive situation this season, it's clear they're dealing with some injuries and a lack of consistent depth at wide receiver. Rashad Bateman has been in and out, and their passing attack, though explosive at times, hasn't been as reliable as they'd like. Adding Lamb could be the spark they need to elevate their aerial game, especially considering the current state of their offense in 2025. Lamb's profile is impressive. Drafted in 2020, he's been a consistent performer with over 512 receptions for nearly 912 yards and 42 touchdowns in his career. His yards per catch average stands at an impressive 13.5, and he's known for his ability to make contested catches. He's in the top 10 in that category this season, with a 68% contested catch rate. He's a versatile receiver, capable of running intermediate routes with an ADOT of 11.8, comparable to some of the best in the league like Jamar Chase, and he's explosively fast, with a long reception of 62 yards in Week 2. His yards after catch per reception is around 5.8, showing he has the ability to turn short gains into bigger plays, which fits perfectly with the Ravens' offense, especially considering Lamar Jackson's ability to extend plays and create opportunities downfield. And let's not forget about the team context. The Ravens, currently sitting at 2-5 in 2025, have been battling some offensive struggles. Their total points scored this season is around 174, which ranks them around 14th in the league. Not terrible, but definitely room for improvement. Their passing efficiency has been hampered by injuries and a thin wide receiver core after Bateman's recovery from his injury. Their EPA per pass without Bateman drops to -0.10, which indicates their aerial attack is struggling to generate consistent yardage and productivity. Bringing in a player like Lamb, who can bring immediate impact, could be the difference maker. With Lamar Jackson throwing to him, the Ravens' offense could see a significant boost, projected around 450 additional passing yards and an increase in red zone efficiency from 55% to 70%. The impact would extend beyond just numbers. Lamb's presence on the field would open up lanes for other players, reduce sacks, and alleviate pressure on Jackson, who has been sacked 22 times this season. His ability to make contested catches, around 52% last year, now increasing, would give the Ravens a reliable target in tight coverage. Plus, the team's red zone efficiency would improve as Lamb's precise route running and hands would be vital in clutch moments. This kind of upgrade could also help the defense, which has been exposed at times this season, allowing 210 points against, or about 30 points per game, ranking among the worst in the league. Now shifting focus to the bigger picture, if this trade happens, it could be a game changer for Baltimore. The Ravens' odds of winning the Super Bowl, which currently stand at around plus 10-0, could see a dramatic increase, potentially moving to plus 4-0. Lamb would be the X factor, the kind of player who can turn close games into decisive victories, especially in playoff scenarios against defenses like the Steelers or even the Chiefs. The Steelers, for instance, allow about 7-6 yards per reception and struggle to contain dynamic receivers. Adding Lamb would give Lamar Jackson a true game wrecker capable of stretching defenses and creating mismatches. Think about the playoffs. The Ravens, with Lamb in their arsenal, could be a much more dangerous team. Their chances of winning close games in snow or tough conditions at M&T Bank Stadium would rise. The addition of Lamb, especially if he continues his trajectory of elite performance, could be the piece that pushes Baltimore beyond their usual limits and gets them back to a Super Bowl, aiming for that coveted third ring in the Jackson era. It's reminiscent of the Metcalf trade in 2025, which boosted the Seahawks' offense significantly. Similar logic applies here. Lamb's ability to reduce sacks, open running lanes, and create explosive plays makes him a perfect fit for Baltimore's style of play. So, folks, this isn't just about acquiring a talented receiver. It's about fundamentally shifting the Ravens' offensive identity. It's about setting up Lamar Jackson with a true playmaker who can take the top off defenses and make those clutch catches in critical moments. If Baltimore manages to pull this off, it could be the move that transforms their season, their playoff outlook, and ultimately their chance at another Super Bowl. The division rivals better watch out because this kind of move elevates the Ravens from a good team to a true contender, especially in a league where explosive plays and dynamic playmakers are king. Now, to wrap this all up, imagine the Ravens with Lamb, Jackson, and a revamped defense, potentially a recipe for a championship run. It's a bold move, yes, but in the NFL, boldness often pays off. If the trade comes to fruition, we could be looking at a Baltimore team that's not just competing but dominating, pushing their way back to the top of the AFC and aiming for that elusive third Super Bowl ring, echoing their storied legacy and cementing Jackson's place among the all-time greats. And now, Baltimore Ravens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and TO, the Baltimore Ravens. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Baltimore Ravens news.